Public art can be a disruption because maybe you haven't seen this before. Maybe you walk this street every day and all of a sudden you notice that this mural is up.
I really think that good things come from gritty places. People have to work a little bit harder. Sometimes they have to lean in a little bit more to their ingenuity. But Rockford has always made things. Rockford has always been about renewal and innovation and creativity.
We are repairing broken walls in cities and restoring streets and restoring people's homes. So I think that's like a really profound calling, actually.
I grew up less than a mile from here. We would crawl around all over this neighborhood riding bikes, and a lot of the landmarks that I navigated from were murals and sculptures. Those things were not only landmarks for me navigating through town, but they're the things that my memories are anchored to.
I always create work with children in mind, as well as I like to say the inner children of adults. I just want to create something that kind of stokes their sense of wonder, really makes the environment feel playful.
Before I started creating public art, I used to show my art in galleries. It's not inclusive. But public art, when you put it in a public setting, it's for any and everybody.
So everyone can experience the visual language at any time of the day, and they can become a part of it. It can become the backdrop for their own memories. It can help them forget about their worries and their troubles. And that's what I'm hoping to do down here under the Jefferson Street Bridge with my daughter, Libby.
I think with the public art and the murals now, without even knowing it, it's going to affect the children in our community. If we're getting art into these young kids' lives, it's going to change their entire life.
As we dreamed up Creative, we had in mind that people would come into the downtown during the festival to interact with the artist, to get to know them and see the artwork being creative. But really the long-lasting impact is their gift to the community as downtown and the walls and the spaces essentially become a gallery within the city.
What is interesting is to hear people from other cities talk about what it's like to be here. One of the things that I liked hearing was that Rockford was kind of a surprise, cool place to visit.
I knew very little about Rockford, to be honest, and so I looked up some stuff on the internet and saw that, yeah, there's a little bit of a history that has some negative connotations. But when I came up here to meet with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, I thought it was just amazing. The work that they're doing to draw people to Rockford, I was really impressed. I think most cities that are going through a renewal process are seeing the value of public art and murals being part of that restoration.
People are really curious about what we're doing and love to talk about it. One of the first things that we learned about Rockford when starting to research a little bit was its history in aerospace engineering and manufacturing. And then we kept down that road and found Libby.
I'm sure a lot of Rockfordians don't even know who Libby Gardner was. This amazing female pilot during World War II who's from Rockford. So I think it's incredible that we've got artists coming in to our community from other parts of the United States, and they're teaching us about Rockford.
We're finding out from these different murals, different sides of Rockford. You see a lot of people just walking around wanting to watch them put them up. I mean, it makes downtown feel alive again.
Artists are good problem solvers, and that's part of the fun of it for me. You gotta execute. You gotta make it happen. As soon as the rain was over today, I got the leaf blower out and blew the water right off the wall and kept on painting. Mother Nature wins for a minute, but you can take it right back, with a little creativity.
So I like to paint nature-inspired themes. It's proven even by scientists that when you see flowers, when you're kind of surrounded by nature, your heart rate lowers, you feel better, you become more positive, and I think murals can make lives better.
The owner of the building was really attracted to this ivy that's on the building, and I said, hey, why don't we just design around it and I'll incorporate it into the piece. So I came up with these circles. It's a very simple way of just isolating those areas, and that brought to mind an Albert Einstein quote. I don't know it exactly, but the effect is something like, we have to widen our circles of compassion.
Public art lets people know that you care about the community, that you are able to put something out where anybody could touch it or do something to it, and then it's there and everybody takes care of it. It makes everything feel a little safer, a little more cared for. It allows children to understand that we care about this space and we care about your space, and we want you to have wonderful things. A lot of the murals and the colorfulness add a bit of whimsy to the city. The buildings aren't so serious anymore.
You're creating an environment that is creative. It's transforming a community. I think it is so thrilling for Rockford, and I think it puts us on a whole other level.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be with time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, and love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, and love is all you need. And love is all you need. 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 Love is all